the big questions in youth ministry. To have phones or to not have phones in youth ministry. What do you think about that, Josh? Like, are you an advocate for that, or are you not an advocate for that?
Ooh, taking a stance.
Yeah.
The thing that I do when I do my breakout and I'm talking to these youth workers about developing a theology around technology, and we're talking about no matter what we're talking about, whether it's phones or projectors or whatever it is, it's always contextual. So in my breakout, I never give an answer. I never say, yes, you should use this, or no.
I really thought I was going to get him.
Yeah, but the answer is contextual. And I think there are great opportunities for both. I think there's a big difference. When you say phones, that's such a big thing. A phone does so much. So it's like, should you use phones because you're playing a game and you need to keep score and you don't have a calculator on you, so you should use your calculator app? Like, that's using your phone. I think that's fine. I don't know if anyone would have any objections to using that. Or you take that and then compare it to, instead of talking to the kids, the youth leader's in the corner scrolling TikTok by himself and he's got headphones on. It's like, that's a very different use of phones. So what does that mean? What does using phones mean in your context? And I think you have to figure that out. I think you have to sit with your leaders and with maybe other stakeholders too. So like maybe even the youth, maybe the parents, maybe your senior pastor, maybe whoever it is. Get other voices on it and figure out, what does phone use look like? Because it could look like, we don't regulate that at all. They can kind of do whatever they want, and then we'll kind of rein them in when we need them. Or it could be, hey, we want this to look separate from the outside world. Don't bring your phone. I don't want it anywhere in the church on youth night. I don't want to see a phone. If I see a phone, I'm confiscating it. I'm locking it in a drawer. Like, what is your policy with phones is something you should find out, because it's contextual and it depends on your environment. It depends on what your kids are going through. It depends on how many of your students even have phones. Because there are youth pastors who have reached out to us, about 12, and have said, hey, all my students, none of them have phones because their parents all decided together that they're not going to give them phones until they're, I want to say 18, or maybe it was 16, but none of them have phones. So how do we use the app? And I said, how do you use an app when no one has a phone? The answer is you don't.
Yeah. And
that's completely fine. Like, if none of them have phones, then they can't use a phone app. So in that context, it makes sense that they're not going to be using it because they don't have a phone. It's not a valuable thing for them. It's not a good tool for them. So it's all contextual and something that you should be praying through and seeking wise counsel and involving other people in.
All right, we're recording.